Jordan Poole. And I don't like slandering players. I really don't like giving players a lot of smack. But I'll keep it short and simple. But
I'll go in on him if you
the
want.
way the guy plays basketball, it's almost... I used to say this in high school to some of my friends as a joke. It's like disrespectful to the game. Like, it's a slap in the face to basketball. Like, takes bad shots, takes the piss, backs down Porzingis, gets blocked, backs him down again. Some of the dumb shots and just the bad turnovers and just the willingness to just continue doing the same thing despite not really caring that much if the Wizards are winning or losing. I just think there's too much there at Washington for them not to develop. Like, Deni is having a great year, career year. Bilal's had his moments, some really promising games. Tyus Jones is there. You have a point guard who is a great point guard, best point guard off the bench last year in the entire league.
Assist to turnover ratio was really I think he led the league in assist to turnover ratio the last 3-4 years or whatever it may be, maybe 3 seasons. So
yeah,
definitely takes care of the rock.
Sometimes you don't need to, I feel like. Obviously, like we said before, don't always put someone on the bench because it hinders their development, might stunt their growth. But honestly, do the Wizards look at Jordan Poole as our long-term guard right now, the way he's kind of acting up in timeouts?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think you would. So I would move him to the bench. Like, you're not playing well. You're averaging like 16 points, shooting like 20% damn near from three.
No one should be bigger than the team.
Nobody.
Nobody. Like, doesn't matter who you are. At the end of the day, an ego is an ego, and whether you're playing with the best team in the league or the worst team, you have to come in night out and play your role for the team and play the right basketball, play basketball the right way. That's why I'm so dirty on the fact that we didn't draft Tyrese Halliburton as a Wizards fan like back in 2020, because how he could have changed the course of this franchise, in my opinion.
Astronomical.
Yeah, an astronomical kind of ascension. But then again, I think I'm happy with where his situation is. But going back to Jordan Poole, coming in, that preseason game where Deni obviously was open numerous times and he's taken like contested sidestep threes. And obviously he made a lot of those shots in that game and he scored 41. And I think people over-exaggerated and said, he's gonna average 25, be an all-star, yada, yada, yada. And so obviously that hasn't played out the way people expected it to, and the fact of the matter is he's averaging 15.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 3.7 assists on 39% from the field and 27.8% from the three-point line. Today against the New York Knicks, he had 8 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 of 11 from the field in 28 minutes of play. Like, his box plus minus was minus 18. Like, this guy just... Like I said,
I can't watch Wizards.
I can't either. And I'm a Wizards fan. I have to watch the games, and it's just terrible right now. And the only reason I got any hope is
Deni.
Yeah,
he's so good at basketball. I'm looking at it now. I'm shocked seeing this. But obviously, 13 points, around 6 rebounds, around 4 assists. But 42% from 3, 52% from the field. Get the guy more looks. If anything, I would be making Deni. I know that's not everybody's game. Not everybody is like that main scorer or wants to shoot as much. I heard Theo Pinson talk about this. Some people just like to play the game the right way. That's what Deni is. But at the same time, you give that guy 4 more looks, most likely it's more likely going in than not.
18 to 20 points per game potential. When I was watching his highlights when he was playing at Maccabi Tel Aviv, bro, he was going coast to coast, dunking in transition. I'm like, where's this assertiveness? Where's this aggressiveness? That's why I was actually I wanted Halliburton, but when we drafted Deni, I was
mad.
I wasn't mad at the time. But then, coming into this situation, maybe he didn't come into the right time with the Wizards, with the, the turmoil that was going on in the front office. Tommy Shepard got the arse, and we got a new front office in this past season, which obviously resulted in drafting Bilal Coulibaly. But I think, having a guy like Deni being able to be more assertive. Again, that whole thing came down to the confidence side of it. I think he's only just starting to, feel out his style of play, his game, and the confidence is starting to come in. Maybe he lost a bit of that at the start of his career, and it's always hard to turn that around. He's managed to do it, and I think he's turned the corner. But I think giving him more of the keys, more of the responsibility, and having that trust in Deni to say well, we've paid you now. We think you've got a lot of potential to take this team really far, or help us take this team really far. here's the keys to you.
I
Like,
love Deni. Like,
don't worry about Kuz. Don't worry. Kuz is obviously playing well. Don't get me wrong. But like, don't worry about Kuz. Don't worry about Jordan Poole especially. Deni should be the second option in this team, and he should get more looks. And Jordan Poole, I just hope the Wizards part ways with him, because it's like,
hope the NBA. Nah, that's so harsh. Like, I don't wish that upon anybody, but at the same time,
3, 2, 1, China. No. Shanghai Sharks or Guangdong Tigers. No, I don't know. No, I don't think he's that bad of a player, but I just think, again, he needs to be.
Care.
He needs to be in the right system, and I think the Warriors didn't take any of that bullshit. Whereas, like the fact that he knew that, he had all these other stars around him, when he comes in thinking he's the star right off the bat, it's never going to bode well. But if he goes to a team, let's say he went to the Clippers, for example, knowing that he had all those 4 guys that are all NBA caliber players.
He's Bones Highland on steroids.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, they wouldn't take that shit, and they would like put him in line. But I think because there's no real bona fide like veteran or all NBA caliber player, and Kuz is the veteran, but he's no more mature than Jordan Poole. You know what I mean in that sense? And like, I'm not taking away from Kuz. I think he's a great person, great player. But at the end of the day, you need guys who have like that veteran dog in him that like will like call
Paul Pierce. Like, I'm sure you saw that as well.
Yeah. Call that bullshit out when they see it. And I think Kevin Garnett said it as well. Like, I'm gonna see if I can. I can pull the quote up here. But yeah, go on.
It was along the lines of like, I think Paul Pierce was like, "Oh, Jordan Poole's found out what it's really like being that number one option, like how hard it is." And it's so true, because Paul Pierce has been in that situation as a young guy. Got his, killed it. 30 points per game. But the Boston Celtics were one of the worst teams in the league, and then they slowly got better. Like, he's gone through every phase in his career. The downs, being a terrible team in the East, but then being the main guy and they sneak in the playoffs, being a championship team, maybe being a secondary. You would say he's first, but nevertheless, you have to sacrifice when Kevin Garnett's on your team. Jordan Poole just doesn't go about it the right way. So
yeah, he goes, there's confidence and then there's arrogance. Not too late. Jordan Poole's got to lock in some more. Like,
it's true.
It's true, because like he was talking about that, specifically referencing that thing with Porzingis. Like, you're basically disrespecting a guy like Porzingis, who obviously is one of the best shot blockers in this league, and one of the best players that we have in this league. He's obviously not a top 10 or 15 player, but he's he's
a talent. Top 15
he's a talent, exactly. So the fact that Jordan Poole can go out there and just think he can take the piss out of other players, it's just it is a joke. And like I said, I could harp on all day about it, but I think we emphasized it enough, and I think we know that he definitely has been the biggest disappointment thus far, from a player perspective, not only just in this week and a bit, but probably for the whole season thus far. And not more can be added to that besides what we've already said.
Hello, yes, you at home. This is Commissioner of the NBA speaking to you, Adam Silver. Here's a message in courtesy of BenchMob in collaboration with the NBA Store. When BenchMob hits 1,000 subscribers, they'll be giving away a free NBA jersey to a lucky subscriber. So just do all the things listed on the screen.